All right, what's up, guys? We are going into week two, the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. Not great. We're down to one. We are down to one team in the SEC. We had six to start with. Arkansas is the lone SEC team remaining. They play in the Sweet 16 on Thursday against Gonzaga. With us, as always, our shooty hoops expert, Adam Spencer, out on the West Coast. You had yourself a pretty good weekend. We're not going to get into all the picks. But bottom line is you made me some money with that North Carolina Baylor bet. It's fantastic.
Well, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I'm also glad that I was able to give you that point total for the I forget who it was, but the Alabama or the Notre Dame guy, Blake Wesley, told you to take that under.
That was the only Notre Dame thing I enjoyed from this entire weekend, I'll be honest. Other than that, they just were a thorn in my side as an SEC and Alabama fan. But you nailed it. So we're hoping that you're going to have some good news for Arkansas fans. I know you kind of alluded to this earlier. It does kind of feel a little bit like an uphill battle against a Gonzaga team that leads the country in scoring, leads the country in average margin of victory, second in the country in rebounds per game, third in assists per game, I think fourth in assist to turnover ratio. They do everything well, except look attractive, because Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren are just, Chet Holmgren sounds like every single 70s buddy cop like character, and Timme looks exactly like every single 70s buddy cop character. Break down Gonzaga for us, and tell me what the Hogs have to do to win on Thursday.
Well, Chet Holmgren, to his credit, looks a lot better than the other famous sports Holmgren, Mike Holmgren, who
that's fair.
led the Green Bay Packers.
It's a stretched out Gumby version of it.
But I think you're right. Gonzaga does everything well. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to be at that game. It's out here in San Francisco. Gonzaga is going to have plenty of fans there. I know Hogs fans. I know they travel well, but that's going to be a Gonzaga environment. It's actually going to be a Duke environment because tickets are expensive and
sounds miserable already.
Yeah. So but it's just not going to be a very Arkansas friendly crowd, and they just have too much size, Gonzaga. I do think, to Arkansas's credit, we'll start with the positive. I think Arkansas keeps this game close. I think it's lower scoring than most Gonzaga games because Arkansas's defense is just that good. I think Jalen Williams gets in Drew Timme's head a little bit and draws a couple charges, as he is known to do. Whether or not you agree with that strategy, I personally love it. Force the refs to make a call one way or the other, and he gets the benefit of the doubt. But I think Arkansas, when it comes to March Madness under Muss, they just keep things close. And so I think with 5 minutes left, I think it's going to be a tight game.
Were you surprised at all about how they looked against New Mexico State? Just like not being able to really pull away, and how ugly of a first half that was?
Not really. That's just their style. They just grind it out. The big wins that they have are when either Jalen Williams or JD Notae just goes off. And they haven't had that performance yet. JD was solid. He's been solid this tournament. He just hasn't had his breakout game yet. Devo Davis isn't where he was last March. Jalen Williams does what he does, but he hasn't had an above and beyond performance yet. So there's still that in the tank. And if Arkansas is going to win, they're going to need all three of those things to hit. They're going to need JD to be a superstar. They're going to need Jalen Williams to get like a 15 and 15. They're going to need Devo Davis to look like Devo Davis of March 2021. And all that's possible. And that defense plays. So, it could be a good night for the Hogs. I personally don't see it happening. And I can get into that after you share your thoughts.
Yeah, we're not going to let you share your thoughts because you're being negative tonight, and we're kind of over it. But no, so for me, I'm not sold on Gonzaga in terms of a toughness, just because of what I've seen throughout the season. I've seen them fold against Alabama. I've seen them fold against St. Mary's or Mount St. Mary's, whatever, in one of the 18 games they played against them. For me, it's it's kind of similar. Like, the game plan might be most effective if it's kind of what you saw happen to Auburn on Sunday, which was they got Kessler into foul trouble early. And, he gets 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes. He has to go out. They've just looked out of sync, from jump, right? If you could somehow do that, and Arkansas is the second best team in the country at getting to the line and free free throw attempts per game and free throws made per game. And you look at a guy like JD Notae, and you know how high I am on this kid. I just feel like, some people say it's a senior backcourt. Some people say it's like a veteran team. I just think whoever is the best, like shoot or shoot, it's like in baseball. Like if you can hit, you're going to make the lineup, right? So right. JD Notae can put points in and just pour them in at will at times. Half of his points in the last 5 games have come from the free throw line. If he can get to the basket, I think early and start, kind of get either Holmgren or they can get Timme in foul trouble, I really like their chances.
And I think that they can get maybe one of those guys in, but the problem is just that they just need another post presence. They just don't have it beyond Jalen Williams. So if Jalen Williams gets in foul trouble, you got Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren to deal with, and that's just not a recipe for success. And I think they can keep it close. I just don't know that they have the firepower to overcome Chet Holmgren. But the good news is that if there's a trend that works in Arkansas's favor, and that is that the last 5 years, the champion has not had a freshman be a top 3 scorer. Since Duke won in 2015, the past 5 champions have not had a freshman in the top 3 in their scoring. So Chet Holmgren's in there for
Chet.
But I mean, like, you also have teams like UNC, you have UCLA, you have Arizona, you have Kansas. As much as I hate them, there's Villanova. There's plenty of veteran teams out there that fit the mold of the past 5 years of champions. Gonzaga and Duke are the ones that don't. But we'll see if that experience is going to come in huge for Arkansas. Stanley Amude, he's not afraid of the moment. They have Audi's Tourney, who's been very underrated all year nationally. I think those 2 guys are going to be key. If they can play above and beyond what they do, then Arkansas has a chance.
I'm going to give you another number before we get out of here, and that is this: Gonzaga is 2-6-1 against the spread in their last 9 games. Now I know that ultimately you want to win the game, right? For me, I'm going to be gambling on this for sure. As soon as I saw this line, I was like, either Vegas knows something I don't, which usually happens, or this is just free money, because the fact that Arkansas is a 9-point underdog to Gonzaga, I think that is outrageous in my opinion. Arkansas is also, they've won 4 straight games outright as an underdog. Granted, some of those games were at home. I like Arkansas to at least cover. I think they keep it close. And I just think if you can get them, like, Arkansas is a better team than Memphis, and we saw what Memphis did to them on Sunday. If they can somehow keep it close and get, like where it's a 50-50 chance late in the game, I like Arkansas. I like JD Notae, and I like the Muss Bus, that one-arm bandit. I like that too. So give us a prediction for score and any upsets you have for this weekend as well.
Yeah, I think that Arkansas covers. I don't think they win. I think they lose, and again, a lower scoring game for Gonzaga. I think like a 72-68 type of thing.
Right.
And my biggest upset, I would say, is that I think Miami is going to the Final Four.
In what sport? In basketball? They look good against Auburn, man. They looked really good against Auburn. I mean, their ability to pull away, because I'll be honest with you, I was live betting Auburn repeatedly, and that did not work out well for me. But yeah, they look good.
And they have that sort of 4-guard athletic lineup that sometimes gives Kansas trouble. So if they advance past Iowa State, then look out, Jayhawks. Assuming Kansas gets past Providence, which I don't even know.
Don't do this again. Don't do this again, because you did this last week. We got way too ahead of ourselves, ahead of our skis, picking against Kansas and then picking for LSU. But I like the enthusiasm either way. All right, Adam Spencer, tell everyone where they can find Blue Chip Grit, all the amazing stuff we have on social media as well as on the site, and we will talk to you hopefully next weekend.
I mean, let's talk either way, but hopefully our
fair.
But I think find us at bluechipgrit.com. Sign up for our free newsletter at Blue Chip Grit on Twitter, and we'll have plenty of stuff over the weekend. I'll be there, win or lose, for Arkansas.
Love it, dude. All right, go Hogs, and we will see y'all next week, hopefully.